inspire change, and promote inclusivity. Through open discussions, we hope to gain insights into different cultural perspectives and highlight both the progress and challenges that women face worldwide. We want to emphasize that this is a safe and respectful space where your comfort matters. Please feel free to share only what you are comfortable with, as much or as little as you like. Your voice is valuable to enhance our experiences, and we truly appreciate your presence in this conversation. If you would like to share your thoughts at any point, please raise your hand and we will invite you to speak one by one so that everyone gets a chance. Now, to begin on a joyful note, I invite Nishala to sing the Welcome All song.
Welcome, welcome, one and all, to voices that trust, to hearts that call across the world. We stand as one, a bridge of love, a new day begun. Together we rise, together we shine, with voices of hope in a single line. Yes, let's unite, hand in hand, bridging the world across the line. Together we rise, together we shine, with voices of hope in a single line. Women's strength, a guiding light, breathing warrior, shining bright. Stories shine, wisdom flow in every heart. The future grows. Together we rise, together we shine, with voices of hope. The single line, yes, let's unite, hand in hand, bridging the world across the line. So welcome, friend, from near and far. Your voice is power, your dreams are stars. Let us share, let us grow, let us stand so tall. This is our space. Welcome all, welcome all, welcome all, welcome all, welcome all, welcome all, welcome all. Thank you.
Voices across borders, a world of women. Let's begin. Now, to walk us through the flow of today's session and guide us into the introductions, I would like to invite Ramana to take over. Ramana, over to you.
Let us quickly go over the flow of today's session so everyone knows what we to expect. Will I think it will be good to start with a quick introduction since we have women from many different countries here. We want this moment to be special, and when you introduce yourself, you can say your name and which country you are from. I think that will be good, and also to make this even more meaningful and beautiful, we like to say a line conveying a message like celebrating womanhood in your own native language. This will show us the diversity within the participants. And I think we will go to the main conversations, which is divided into four sections, each led by one of the member. The first one is an icebreaker, where we will talk about a fun and engaging way to warm up to connect. Then we move to women's support, where we'll discuss systems that uplift and empower women. And then we also want to hear in the third section, inspirational stories, sharing your personal experiences and the role models which inspired you in your life. And then in the last section, our last topic is the futuristic vision, what to explore the changes we want to see for the future of the women in the world. Each section will have 3 discussion topics, and we invite anyone interested to share their thoughts and their reflections. And obviously, there is no pressure. Not everyone have something to say on each and every topic or the point. But if you have something, you can raise your hand. You can share, and absolutely, there is no pressure. Speak whatever you feel comfortable to speak. And we also have some interesting questions throughout the conversation, so where you can also type your answers directly into the chat box. These will be light questions or light things to ask, and engaging things like your favorite book or movie, musician, things like that. And then we will have time to reflect once the session conversation completes. So we can share your thoughts and any takeaways. And finally, we will conclude the session with a vote of thanks, expressing gratitude to everyone who shared and reflected in this session to make this session discussion very meaningful and thought-provoking for us.
I am Devi from India. I'm homemaker and I'm part of the Essence group. Celebrate womanhood. In my native language Telugu, స్త్రీత్వాన్ని సంబరాలు చేసుకుందాం. స్త్రీత్వ సంబరాలు చేసుకుందాం. Celebrate womanhood. Thank you.
My name is Orna Sadgat Erez. I'm from Israel, and I am the director of a non-profit organization promoting women's employment. And in my country, every year at the March 8th, we don't celebrate the Women's Day, but we do some active to announce the day.
Okay.
Nothing special formality.
Hi everyone, I'm Madali Vishnupriya from India. I'm currently studying second year BBA Honours in Tapmi Manipal Academy of Higher Education. Today I'm here to celebrate the womanhood. In my native language, we'll say it as Stritva Sambaralu Jarupkundam. Thank you.
Linda from Hong Kong. I work. I celebrate with Crisis Center in Hong Kong for 20 years, and so my major focus is about to serve victims of sexual violence. And I'm glad today to join this International Women's Day, and I hope I can hear more from all of you. Thank you.
I'm Professor Dr. Nomana Kiran from Pakistan. I'm historian and working in Punjab University History Department as professor. I have written about women in colonial period during their difficulties during partition and after creation of Pakistan, how they have been victim to religious extremism and so on. I'm teaching also on women in Pakistan. Besides some other subjects, my interest is on women mostly, and I have supervised a few theses on women in multiple perspectives. I'm thankful to the Essence Group who has provided me this opportunity to collaborate with the women of various countries and continents. Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for joining me here. Actually, I cannot present myself until I share with you the fact that this is a unique opportunity for me to join you, and thank you for this. Sujata, thank you for joining me here. My name is Krina. Yes, it's Krina Mureșanu. I'm having a lot of experience, like most than 20 years on minority rights in Romania. I'm from Romania. Actually, I'm from Bucharest. It's the capital of Romania. So I'm also Roma. Known in Europe like Gypsy, but I call myself Roma. So Krina, this is Krina. I'm a social researcher. I'm also a lecturer in university because I'm a social worker, and also I'm teaching social worker in Bucharest. Join you because I'm a social worker, but in the same time a social researcher in women rights, in special. I'm a feminist on Roma issue, and this is the reason that I'm also here. I'm an expert. I'm a trainer on domestic violence, actually violence against women in general, but I'm focused on intersectionality in Romania, why not in Europe as well. I'm glad to have you all here. Let's have a great discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. I think yesterday Dr. Sujata was telling about you. Your son is into some book, novel writing or something. Yeah, she was sharing with us. So it's great to know.
I was Googling most of yours, you know. So I had a lot of activity today looking for information about you and your work. Yeah.
Gina Porras has given a message that she unfortunately she has to go for a couple of last minute calls at work, so I cannot stay. So I think she's leaving or she left. I think I don't know. So anyhow, thank you, Gina, for your presence here. If you could able to come back, please come back.
This is Sintaka. I'm from Sri Lanka, but currently live in the US at work now. But I managed to come here to see happy faces discussing about women, and it's kind of inspiring. So, and I am Tamil, and we say celebrating women as Penmayai Kondaduvom. I am an environmental project planner working in Department of Transportations, but I have been working for women rights and then minority rights for more than 15 years. So continue to try in my free times, like after work, and then accommodating all the aspects that is related to women and womenhood. So happy to be here. Happy Women's Day in advance, everybody.
నేను అనుష ఇండియా నుంచి homemaker.
Good evening, Andy. My name is Archana Rao, and I work for Bhumika Women's Collective based in Hyderabad, Telangana. We work in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, and our primary focus is gender-based violence. Thank you.
My name is Amada. I'm from Singapore. Okay. I'm working for one of the bank in Singapore, and I like to say women are they are more stronger actually, and I'm very proud to be a woman. And happy Women's Day to everyone.
Dr. Sammata Vijaya. I'm a teacher, basically, recently retired. After retirement, I joined in Essence Group. I'm a writer also. I'm a researcher in theatre, Telugu theatre. After that, I wrote some books in Telugu. One of the book is recently, which is going to be released very soon, about cancer patients, survival stories of cancer patients. And apart from that, I wrote another book, Ameku Roopalenno, about women issues, purely based on women problems and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
everyone. Let's kick things off with a fun and light-hearted icebreaker session. Let's dive into our first topic. What is one thing you love about your culture that you would like others to know? I will repeat again. What is one thing you love about your culture that you would like others to know?
I told you, in Pakistan, I love two elements of our culture. One is hospitality, and the other is strong family bondings. And in family members support each other generally, which I like.
I had the same thing. I had a conversation after Bharati sent these questions and then asked my husband, and then he had the same thing. And then we just had it's more about being in the US and then family and the relationship and the effort that we put together to make a relationship work and also treat people the way that we wanted them to treat. So it's as a family, we make decisions that affects everyone in the family rather than an individual decisions. So
this year it was a very difficult year because we are in the middle of a war, and it was difficult to be women in this situation. But I think the Israeli society is strong, and the community, especially this year, we've seen women's solidarity. And I think this is the most important things this year in our country, the solidarity between us, especially the women's solidarity. We support soldiers, we support mothers, their son in the army, and it was very, very unique.
Although Pakistani and Indian cultures are interrelated in many ways, but even then in Pakistan, generally from women perspective, modesty is expected from women generally in urban and rural areas with variation. in speech and behavior in social relationship and so on. And most of the burden is put on the women side, that they should be even more modest. In urban areas, generally, our culture is a little bit changing in a way that women are now getting education and they are getting jobs a lot. But in rural areas, most of the women don't have these kind of opportunities, and they are generally restricted to their home surroundings. But I think modesty is generally expected from women.
Yeah, please.
Yes, I'm Linda, and actually we are part of China now, and actually in Hong Kong, our women usually we bear double burden. On one hand, we have to work, and on the other hand, we have to do a lot of housework as well. So you can say that now women are more enlightened or empowered, but still men will not take up the housework. So during the International Women's Day, then everyone will praise about women. They are so great and they sacrifice everything and working and then at home and at work. So we may say that during the International Women's Day, the fathers, usually, or the boy, they will say that, oh, mother is so great, and then they will ask them to go to the restaurant to have lunch together, or even to have more gifts for the women. But the Father's Day, they do not have anything. but I'm not sure whether most of the Asian countries also share the same situation. So the fathers always say that how come it's not equal, because father do not have also bear the work burden, but it seems that it's not as great as the mothers. Yeah. Thank you.
That's true. Thank you. So all Asians we spoke here. That's nice.
I was I saw the question and it was very interesting. It's very nice to have people to talk about it and do not feel bad, because in general, one thing that in Roma culture and also in the majority culture, the majority expect from women to be quiet, to be submitted, and just to care for the family. It's the patriarchat. So that one thing that in my culture is expecting for women is to respect the patriarchat. So I don't like it so much. I'm a very, very privileged woman. I had a lot of education in my family. I had opportunities. I have also to admit that, and maybe some of you know about the Roma ethnicity place, and we have a lot of stereotypes, and there is, I'm just sharing with you. Roma ethnicity were slave in Europe for more than 500 years. It's the longest period that it was slavery in Europe. So there are less than 200 years since we are not slave anymore, but we still have Holocaust and so on. If I'm sharing this with you, is because in my culture, in Roma culture, we have this block of patriarchy, because it's the racism who put us there. So until to discuss about what is my culture, I just share with you, it's a very nice culture, and I have such a huge respect for my culture, because sometimes I'm not a traditional wearing or something like that. I don't have clothes. I am Roma. I'm very proud of that, but there are more type of Roma in Europe. I'm one of those that don't have clothes or something like that traditional, but I have so much respect for women that have traditional, have that culture, because it's a symbol of resistance to racism. So one of the things that came when what we expect for women is also to go with the culture before further, and this is a thing that I respect. I would like also to understand that we are part of the families who support a particular culture, and we are proud of this culture. But in the same time, we are part of the society. We have our patriarchy as well. So yes, this is also.
Yep. I'm Melinda Bleachers. Malena
Yes.
B. just from Liberia. I'm not going to stay long because today is International Women's Day. We're having a program in Liberia because the women showing their self, telling the world they own the world because they are mothers of the men and the children. We have caution. And we have various types of caution. Our culture in the culture and tradition, it makes some other people feel so good because they are united. They are so united. So indeed, the women of Liberia love their culture, and then they have some culture that we don't like, which is the female genital mutilation. Female genital mutilation, which is FGM, is one of our culture that women, a lot of women get like married after female mutilation, and it's almost like early marriage. So some of the culture wouldn't like it at all and would love some cultures in the country and tradition. Like a girl child at the age of 14 going to the Sunny Bush, which is female genital mutilation, FGM, 15, 14, a 50-year-old man will come out to say, this is my wife. When she leaves the Sunny, which is the FGM, are going to do all traditional things and get married to her. So we are abolishing that. The women of Liberia getting rid of that. We talk about age of consent, but now we are getting out of FGM because other countries in collaboration with Liberia working so hard to abolish that culture from our country because it's a health problem.
Okay.
Because you talk about FGM, it's a health problem, health issue. Because some people usually die because of what they are using in tradition, which is use of non-civilized things. You use it at a Sunny Bush, and then it is not stabilized. It is not clean. Yeah, HIV and AIDS signature and all are embedded into it. So for that reason, that culture in Liberia, we are trying to get rid of that culture. We can say almost we are getting rid of FGM like 75%. We are working on 25% to get it out of Liberia. We are getting all the women of Liberia join hands together to work to get that traditional out of our country. So indeed, we are like going from school to school to start FGM to teach our students because some of them leave school to go join to be part and parcel of FGM. So now the government of Liberia in collaboration with women groups working to get rid of FGM. So thank you. And today is our International Women's Day. I think you can hear the drum sound, and we are up here merrymaking and singing a lot of songs, even telling each other no longer men at the front because the women working together indeed. Because every other places you go to work, you see the people trying to downplay women for the men to be in positions in our country. We're supposed to be having like 35% women in government and women like NGO, CSO, women to stop. But everyone are asking our leaders, our president. So indeed, so we can have almost like 50-60 or 50-50 chance in working in our country. And women are very outspoken from the homes. Those days we couldn't talk. Women were not speaking. Women were not talking when men talk. To go to election, women will not make decisions. Women will not make decisions in talking. But for now, women are making decisions in our country. Women now make their own decision to vote right, and vote your conscience, and they're closing the gaps. We had a lot of gaps, but now we are closing the gaps. lot of gaps are closed. We have the solution, the problem, and then the health and the family. Everything now going according to international laws. So usually we have a song we sing in Liberia, and we say no longer men in front and the women at the back. So indeed, the women and the men walking side by side. We are walking together and working together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melinda. Good to hear you after a long time. Yeah, I think we can proceed with the next question, Devi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melinda. Now let's shift to something exciting. Yeah, yes, please.
Come again?
Now let's shift to something exciting. Have you ever been inspired by another culture? Have you ever got an opportunity to...
Yes, I've been inspired by my culture. Yeah. I really been inspired by my culture. Because culture makes the world, culture makes your country. Only the ones that you think harmful traditional practices. That's why you will not like harmful traditional practices. But my culture, I'm so proud. We're proud of our culture, indeed. I can say but we're proud of our culture. Because if you don't have culture, then you don't have a country.
Thanks, Melinda. Next, anyone can answer the same question.
Have you ever got an opportunity to observe cultures of other countries that attracted you? Could you reflect on it?
I was opportune to observe a culture in Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, and other countries. And then some of the culture too, you see how women work for men. Yeah, the women only work for the men who work for the women. Yes, the women bring in food, the women take care of the home. So sometimes it makes me feel somehow because one man will have almost about 10 wives, because they're not doing anything. That's why, sometimes they're not doing anything extra because they're only there to produce children.
That's so interesting. Thanks for sharing, Melinda.
Yeah.
Thanks for the nice session, Devi. I think let's get and move on with the next set of discussions that we need to have. So I just would like to open up the discussion regarding the systems in your countries and cultures. Are they supportive? Do you think that they're supportive of women causes? And if they are not, then what really are you expecting that the system should support you? In which way you think it can be bettered? So I would like to have your opinions and views upon this. It will be interesting to know. I request both our Indian participants as well as international participants, because it's not limited to only any culture or anything. Yeah. So to repeat, do you think the systems are supportive right now to the women cause? And if what kind of support that you're looking for, basically, in terms of how does systems can support the women cause?
Yeah, when it comes to the culture and tradition that we're ready to see, we need a lot of awareness, and awareness should be done in very vernaculars. Because we have 15 tribes in Liberia, it should be in very vernaculars, and you should do jingles. When you do jingles on the media, you have a jingles, and this jingle could be like in the vernaculars. You do English, and you do other, in other vernaculars, and you have the radio running. Then you have a radio mobile going in various villages, going in town and villages. It will be very good. You need awareness, and you have social workers on the field, and the social workers should be wearing the team for that culture. Like you putting stop to that culture, and you want this one to be in place. The social worker can work in collaboration with the town crier, the superintendent, the clan chief, the town chief, which is the local authority. They're going to work with the local authority. Because when the local authority buy your vision go fast. but you need some funding because we have villages that far from the capital cities. We need mobile. These are things that because we'll be doing cultural dance. Because you do it in the vernacular, you do it through cultural dance, you do it through jingles, you do it through dramas. When you are doing dramas, people will, you have flyers with that dramas. Then you have banners. Then you have billboards. You have billboards. Then you work in collaboration with the government, which is the local authority that work with the government because they are the local authority in the various counties. Then you will see things going on fast. Then you have workshops. You have series of workshops for the people. And you shouldn't only do it one place. And you should collaborate with other institutions. It shouldn't be your one. So the voice can go. So other people can listen. And when you get in any town, those that in that town, you select people from that same town to work along with you. It shouldn't take the people from the capital to work. People who know the language, they know how to carry their messages through the moonlight. You talk tales, stories. You have books. So you'll be doing a lot of things. Yeah, the moonlight stories.
Yes.
Yeah, you have people on the fire hearth who have the fire and they sit by the fire hearth and you sit there with some voices who been and who control that town. You sit with them, then you tell them the stories about the present and the past time. How we were slaves before, and now we're on our own, and we think we can do XYZ to just avoid sicknesses, diseases, and then to avoid problems, to make our children to learn how to read and write. And our children within this village can become doctors and even nurses, teachers. So you work with the schools and all, the school system. So these are things that if we do, because for my culture, we love anything we're doing, we do the TOT.
Yeah.
I want to add something about Pakistani support system.
Yeah.
Although situation is not ideal in all perspectives, but situation is improving since last 2 decades and so. There are multiple stages of support system and family
so I will
support.
not be able to be with you people for long. I said to you guys, we're having our International Women's Day today. So
okay.
I will be leaving and then.
Thank you very much for
Thank you very
joining.
much, Melinda. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Though for a short time, it's good.
Thanks for us.
Thank you.
Okay.
please.
During last few years, we our legislature have passed some pro-women laws like domestic violence, workplace violence laws, and so on. Even inheritance laws have been improved. But these laws are not followed in true letter and spirit because culture is actually patriarchal, where male domination is prevailing and women are mostly not given their share in inheritance due to pressure from family. So although situation is improving very slowly and gradually, in urban areas it is much improved. Education can change, I think, has made the change in urban areas, but in rural areas we need to focus on these perspectives a lot.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Sorry, good evening. Hello, I'm Meta from Indonesia. I'm sorry I come a bit late because there's something to do. I currently work in a corporate social responsibility, and Bharati actually invite me to join this Zoom discussions. So I would like to join and to know participate also in this discussion, but I'm sorry for my late come tonight here. Yeah, so maybe I missed something in these discussions.
Yeah. Maybe you can catch up. You can catch up, Meta. So no problem.
No,
Hello,
actually we
sir.
are at the beginning. So you joined early only. That's
So
fine.
anyone want to add to this?
Sir Bulsu sir, I wanted to say something regarding
please.
power of support system for women.
Yeah. Please.
So as women, we grow stronger when we support each other. So having a safe and space to share, be ahead, we can learn and we can make world of difference. With technology, we can use create small groups where women connect, uplift, and empower one another. I wanted to give an example of this Essence group. We are in this group. We women actually had a separate group of Essence group supported by some of our Essence men group. So their support, their upliftment made us to come across all the situations and problems. And we started one housewives group in this Essence group. We had a chart with WhatsApp. Whenever a woman has a problem, whenever a woman feels very low, each other will support each other with our opinions. We uplift them with their problems to come across, and we gave some suggestions to overcome the problems and issues. So this support system is always helpful for a woman to grow and to become self-sufficient and very self-confident also.
That's wonderful, Vijay, ma'am. That's really great to know that, people help each other, and then especially using the technology towards the support systems. That's really wonderful. Actually, some of these, law and order police, and they're also using the technology to prevent any crimes and then other misdeeds towards women, especially that's also on the rise.
Especially in India, women faces so many problems.
True, ma'am. Yeah.
So they need some moral support to come over this.
Your point of using technology is excellent. Like, you
Thank you.
cannot escape the technology and then expect to, get support, because we need to use this technology to the fullest to get all kinds of support, because as you said, women are always at a disadvantageous position. So I think your point is excellent, that using of technology and then getting support from backdrop. So that's really great point. So
Yeah.
I would like to further, continue with the same discussion. Did you see any rapid changes in last 20, 30 years in your countries, in your societies? The way, because some of you are experienced enough to see these changes, and then do you think women are placed more in safer horizons than, say, about 2-3 decades ago, or is it the same?
I think it's not same. It's improving because most of the women groups and then women rights activists are emerging more in our communities.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of improving, but we are yet to improve more. More outspoken working women have increased. And then at the time of my mom's time, she was not allowed to talk to men freely. So
Yeah.
it's like the education that we usually have. It is kind of improving in a sense of communicating with other genders and then talking about gender issues and then coming out of the communities whenever there are issues to address and then talk about the violence that happened to us is becoming a little outspoken. Still, like the victim is always victimized, though, but like there are people educated and then have some experience of outspoken habits. They are kind of starting up and then talking about it.
True.
That's nice. True.
Yeah, women voice is heard more now. Yeah, that's definitely yes. That's one good change. We can say that. Yeah. So, anyone else to add to this point? Like, did you see rapid changes or major changes in the way that women is placed in their cultures, societies?
Yeah, I want to say something about Hong Kong. Actually, I think regarding sexual violence, I think more and more people, youth or girls, they are willing to speak up after the Me Too movement, and so we can find that more and more people will talk about this issues of sexual violence and speak up. But however, I think our society still, the legislation is not able to cope with the changes, because our legislation is 50 years ago, 50 years ago, is very outdated. And now more in Hong Kong, more and more youth, they suffer from the some, like you can say, technology facilitated abuse. That means they will go to the social media, they have a lot of abuse and sexual abuses, but the law cannot cope with these changes. So more and more abuse and happen, and people speak up.
I think that's a wonderful point you made. Like there is a big gap between the laws and then the kind of violence. Although there is an increase in awareness, but since the law is not equipped enough, so you can't really deal with the situations. But then speaking up is really one good thing that, as you said, Me Too has really helped the world to bring it out as a very big problem, and then a lot of women voices raised all of a sudden. So it's really a great thing that happened. And I mean, in a positive sense for the women cause.
True. It's positive. I think it's improving, but still need more support from the system and from the government.
Absolutely. You're absolutely. So finally, I would like to, in this session, I'd like to ask one last question. Like, we all know that, most of you are working, and then I would say that you're doing a double duty, like you're breadwinners as well as homemakers. You're also, you means women. Women are the homemakers as well as the earning members of the family. And they remain the backbone of family system for maybe thousands, millennial, from say thousands of years. As family system is almost centered around the role of women. So what do you think about in future what's going to happen? I'm seeing the tendencies, especially in developed countries, where women are not, the family system itself is breaking, and then there is. So what kind of future trends that you perceive in your societies and your countries, and then what kind of effect that you think will have on children and future generations?
Pakistan, maybe it is same in India, but in our society, I don't see major changes in near future. It will take very long time to reach to the status where male and female will equally distribute their duties, and where children would be responsible. Still, I'm seeing that main burden in the family life would be on mothers, and I don't see any change in domestic circumstances. But maybe when more girls would be earning, when they would have their own income or resources, then they would have more say in decision making in family matters. So in that perspective, changes are already on the way. Women who are earning, they have their share in decision making. Otherwise, if they are not earning, they are totally dependent. And on societal level, I don't think that major changes in cultural traditions and societal level are in near future. So it will take a long time here.
I totally agree with you that it takes many decades, maybe in India and South Asia in general, to live up to the levels of developed countries. But then but there is this trend. Like I just want to ask you, Dr. Kiran, like do you think that it's just earning is enough, or education and earning both are compulsory for women to attain? Some say in the familial and
only earning is not enough. I believe that training of kids, both male and female, male kids need more training, how to deal with women, how to respect them, how to respect their counterparts. Then this is a long way process, and in this context, our mothers also need training, how to train their children, both male and female. So this is a long way process. And that's why I said that since I belong to this generation, mothers of my generations are also not even paying attention on this issue to create a feeling of equalness among their male and female kids. So we don't expect that much change in a broader way. That's why I said.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. So anyone else?
I think most of the feminists like us, we are kind of frustrated thinking that the change needs to be immediate. And like the doctor says, like we need to have patience to understand that it takes time, so that we are also not frustrated and then more productive towards the change that we wanted to see. Because I see, like, most of the time we only focus about women trainings, and then most of the times we don't accommodate men in trainings. And also whenever we deal with men, we usually like use a complaining mechanism that men, you are doing wrong. I feel like that is not the way that we need to tell them.
True.
Because it's hurt them, and then they don't understand what we are really thinking of conveying them. So it is more of like how they are affected by patriarchy, and then how they could be able to overcome from that. And that needs to start with family, and then it's also again women's responsibility, as like it has been women's responsibility. So like whenever we do training, we usually talk about like you need to share the household work half and half. It's not going to happen now. So it has to be like 90-10, and then 80-20, and then 70-30. So we need to understand that space, and then we need to train also women to understand that it takes time.
Yeah, wonderful.
So
I mean, patience is the key. Yeah.
yeah, so whenever I was not I was unmarried, I was kind of confused about marriage, and then I was just frustrated and then delaying my marriage, and then I felt like now I feel like marriage is not that hard. So it's all about how you balance, and then how you wanted your children to show what needs to be done, and then it starts with family, I guess.
Yes, Satyas. Yeah.
This is applicable to all, including me and our country. I just want to know what is the impact on adolescent girls due to rapid technological change, either it's a mobile or artificial intelligence, anything. Because that is what I'm finding in most of the remote areas. They are getting addicted to rapid changes in technological, which is changing the culture itself. Thank you.
Yeah, I think but there is a gap between, especially gap between the developed country, developed societies and the developed societies in catching up with the technologies. And then, of course, as you said, even in places like India and South Asia, the technology is really catching up. But then I think it is catching up in wrong ways, mostly in helping their professional careers or education. It's helping them into wrong choices, and then mostly for entertainment purpose. So that is one very worrisome thing. But as you said, it's inevitable that accessibility of technology is now very widespread. So we can't really think of how to stop it or how to modify it, moderate it, or any such thing. Yeah.
So, this is one thing which I really want to. I'm observing. So I want to know from you, because when we talk about women or a man, we mostly talk about an elderly people or grown-ups. But the most worry is centered around adolescent girls
who
are growing and who are facing the real challenges of rapid changes, either conflict zones or traditional or anything. That's why I would like to know. Thank you, Srinivas.
Actually, so I am going to ask you 3 questions. These 3 questions are all related to your inspiration, something related to inspiration. So once I have seen a movie, Iranian movie, where that girl, there will be a girl, and she will be having her own family and all the things. But she is highly inspired by the women presidents, especially Benazir Bhutto and Indira Gandhi in that movie. She's always will be dreaming about becoming a president of Iran. Okay, so that's really inspired me. So how we do not know how the people get inspiration from where. See, I am seeing a wonderful woman here. So I would like to know who inspired you, like maybe a president or any political leader or a writer or any social activist, or maybe your own family members, maybe your grandmother, mother, all such things. That is my first question. So I would like to know answers from all of you. Thank you.
I think I can start.
Yeah, please.
The first thing I remembered right after reading this question is my mother.
Okay,
I lost my father when I was 1, and then she raised me throughout. And then she was a tailor, and then she raised me as a single mom, and she managed the financial stuff, and then usual patriarchal aspects of the community, and then how she handled issues in a practical manner made me understand that it is not like a right or wrong answers to life. It is also about each one's perspective, and it changes as it's subjective to each other's. So she made it clear that she is going to roam around the houses whenever she's on period. And then she got the water from the well when she had the periods, when everyone said that this is bad. And the same mom also says like you need to take bath before you entering the house when you are on period. But she made an adjustments based on how she can handle things. So that made me understand that it is about subjective and you don't have to agree with like what others do. So you can modify it in a way that makes sense to you. So from starting from like being an independent girl to marry without a dowry is a good thing. So I feel like those changes and then how to question the traditional patriarchal norms that we have is one of the thing I got it from her. But she started changing things and then I started a little more than what she did. And then my kids would change a little more than what they could be able to do. So I feel like that's kind of inspiring for me to just to relate from my own perspective rather than someone who's from other culture who doesn't live in my circumstances. I felt that is also good.
It's a wonderful change started by your mother. Then you are continuing that same saga. That's great to know, actually.
I think it's pretty much India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and everything is kind of similar, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Yeah, it's not surprising to know, but the sharing, we are all related.
This listening, I'm thinking, but it was I saw previous the question, and when I heard you today, it was like how it was mentioned before. I was thinking about my my grandmother and grandmother, but in the same because there were some inspiration that I had in these intersectionalities, the fight against your family sometimes, and how they manage to be part of the general society as a Roma women, and that was a point for me, inspiration. But in the same time, I would like to share with you that what I have this luck to find years ago the first woman that fight for Roma women in the international international movement. It was 20 years ago, the first time when Nicoletta Bitu is her name, talk about Roma women in the world. And it was this Roma perspective and Roma feminism. And since then, I learned to talk and to have position. And in Romania, I am one of the feminist of the Romania, but also I'm Roma too. I'm between two culture, but in the same time, I'm part of the society as a Romanian, and I'm a very active on feminism issue. But in the same time, I'm Roma too. So I also discuss about intersectionality, because if I have domestic violence, come on, you have too. So it's not mine. This is one thing. So I have this inspiration from my family. I have inspiration from other women as me, feminist, Roma feminist. But in the same time, I have to share also with you this. I'm a teacher right now in a university of social work in Bucharest. I didn't have this chance to be here without support for other non-Roma women. So I have also the privilege to be inspired to have a model women from non-Roma community. And this is amazing as well. And we have also to share that we have good practice, not just discrimination. We are part of a women community or Roma community. Why not? Yes.
So nice. So from both of your stories, I could relate that. So if our grandmothers or great grandmothers, if they start a change, how it percolates to the next generations is a wonderful example. And maybe this is the time when we change, we start that change. That maybe again, it may be passed on to the next generations. So maybe we are going to become much more inspiration to our younger generation, next coming generations. That's great.
I will tell you, my role model is one writer. She is none other than Olga Madam. Very much inspired by so many of women like me. So her writings is about to think about, believe in yourself, do whatever you wanted to do, and what you wanted to do, you can do with your own confidence, build up your confidence. These are the sources of her writings. So her write-up, Svecha novel, is the best novel, which I like very much. So I admire her.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
For me, because I'm a social worker, I think the most person inspire me is some of the survivors that I work with, because they really suffered for many years, suffer from family sexual violence of the from the family, from the father, but they never give up, and they will continue to seek justice when there is appropriate time. And I think what I learned from that is the wisdom of when you feel very unfair, when you tell all the family members about the sexual abuse, but just your family just ask them to keep quiet because of the integrity of the whole family. So they will not, instead of just fighting for everything, they will wait. They will never give up the justice. They will wait until one day there's appropriate time, then they will speak up. And I think what impressed me is the patience and also the wisdom they have, and they have the hope that at the end of the day, justice will get out. And so I think this inspires me a lot. And so that's why during these 22 years, I really admire them, and they also changed me as well. When I have the frustration, when I have the struggle, every country have their problems, maybe are very frustrated, but we won't give up the hope, and we will continue to have some wisdom until one day is the appropriate time, then we can speed up and do something and never give up. That's their way of doing things is my motto.
Share my inspiration. That lady is Fatma Begum. She was daughter of Mian Mehboob Alam, and she was not Fatma Jinnah, Fatma Begum. She was from Lahore, and she played significant role in many perspectives. She was an educationist, opened a first girls' college in Lahore. She was journalist too, and started women magazines like Khatoon and Sharif Bibiyan. She was also a philanthropist, opened some welfare institutions for women who were affected, who faced violence during partition. And she opened institutions for them, and she opened also a school here. She worked, she was also a politician and played significant role in the movement for creation of Pakistan from the platform of Muslim League. So her determination and steadfastness are inspirational.
Great. Okay. So I think we shall move to the next question, the next topic. It's a bit difficult, maybe. Whether you are comfortable with that, then you can answer that. Actually, the life starts from childhood to old age. It goes through the various stages, but everybody has some incident, some experience, which makes them to turn totally. So the life will be having one ideology, and all of a sudden that ideology changes with one situation or one experience of our lives. So if you could able to, if you are comfortable with this question, you can share that what is that one experience that made you to totally change radically, totally a quantum leap of type of thing that totally changed your perspective of life, and then you started this type of this kind of having this woman empowerment or whatever. That what made that? If at all anything is there, you can share with us.
That's not radical change, but it had transformed my personality, which I want to share with you. That was my journey of PhD. I started my PhD with 2 daughters in 2008, and during PhD I had a son, and he was my 3rd child. And at the same time, I was teaching in Punjab University History Department. I was balancing so many things: family, husband, kids, job, studies, thesis. So that was so hectic period for me. And in that period, I learned how to balance multiple avenues. that was really important for me. And in while connecting with this, after completion of my PhD with a gap of 1 or 2 years, I did postdoctorate. That was another important element which transformed my mind. I worked on religious extremism in Pakistan during my postdoctorate. Before that, I did not have any interest in that kind of topic. But when I studied it in detail, and that study, that research opened my horizon related to religion and its various perspectives. I developed interest in that topics too, and later on, that work was published in book form too. These are the two experiences which which enlightened me and which transformed me. And I started thinking in a bit different way, in more holistic, more pluralistic way.
So great to know, Dr. Kiran. Actually, could you name your book, please?
That is Religious Extremism in Pakistan Post 9/11 Scenario, Challenges and Achievements.
Wow.
Great. I have written, my other books are also, my one book got Best Book Prize, that is People's Role in Struggle for Pakistan. I worked on people's perspective, not on leaders. That book got Best Book Prize. And
It's new it's a new perspective, actually. So from people's perspective, not from leaders' perspective.
Yes, from people's perspective. And how women, students, low-income groups of society, and religious people, Sufis, they played their role in Pakistan. That book also got Best Book Prize.
Oh, great. Actually, every time we listen only leaders' perspective.
Yes, yes.
So it's a new perspective to look into the real problem. That's great.
Yeah, how the movement is not possible without the involvement of local leadership, students, women. So I worked on that perspective, that how they, with their support, that thing was possible. Creation of Pakistan was not possible for one leader or few leaders, although their role was significant. I don't deny it, but we need to acknowledge the role of other sections of society too.
So I have one more question, Dr. Kiran. Where we get your books? Are they available in Amazon, or we want to?
Yes, these are available mostly on Amazon online. I will share links of my books with you also. One book is published by Oxford University Press. That is also available in multiple countries. Federal Cabinet in Pakistan, Formation and Working.
Wow.
And the other books are also available on Amazon. If you say, I will share links with Professor Sujata.
Yeah, thank you.
I am Archana Rao again from India. I would like to share my experience. So I've been brought up in Hyderabad by educated parents neutrally. So we never had any rituals or practices. But then, however, I witnessed patriarchy in my own family. Then after marriage also, my husband is very neutral, and then we are very we maintain equality at home. We share chores and all. However, my responsibilities at times, I feel that these are imposed on me, and then there's no rationale behind that, and I find them very stupid. However, I was following. I considered them as my responsibilities as a daughter-in-law, and performed. But then also some rituals in the family, and through this journey, I found many rituals, which actually force or reiterate several times that women have to be submissive. Even last month, when I was attending a wedding, the person who was performing the wedding was also taking an oath from the bride that she has to be submissive and all. However, I've joined Bhumika Women's Collective in the month of August in 2024. So I have been working on the queer issues throughout my career so far, and for about 18 years. And then my exposure to gender-based violence, in this past 7 months has been really very rapid, tremendous, and rigorous. Especially with my organization head, Mrs. Kondavati Satyavati, who is an author, feminist leader in Telangana. Her way of expressing, and questioning the cultural practices
and also sometimes maybe the stupidity within the behavior of women like me, maybe, practicing, especially from cultural practices. She's a writer. She expresses. She speaks so assertively about her views and equality and questions things that oppress women. That has inspired me, and I think I must say that 70% of my past life has changed. Past life in sense before August 2024 has changed, and I follow her footsteps. Not that she's in the group now, she's in the call, but that's what has changed me, and I have admitted in the office as well that she's very inspiring, and I'm learning a lot from her.
Kondaviti garu promised me to come to this program also. I hope she will come.
Yeah,
And
she's
actually,
there, I think. She's there.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Archana Rao garu, I want to tell you, we did a wonderful session with Satyavati Kondaviti garu. She has given a different perspective on women issues to our Essence group. So I hope I'll try to share that video to you. I'm very happy to know that you remember the date also, August 2024. So how much impact that might have made in your brain to change the perspective of the life? So
I would like to add one more line, that it has not only changed me, but also my 14-year-old girl child, and also my spouse. Yes.
That's really
Yes.
good.
And we are also trying to question systems in our close relatives and friend circle, and we are trying to bring that change.
That's wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful to know.
So just meeting Satyavati Kondaviti garu has changed your life experience. That's great to know. So it is the next session, next question, last question. And I hope everyone should answer to this question.
Yes.
And I read out the question directly. What do you love most about being a woman? What do you love most about being a woman? Could you reflect on any moment which you felt truly proud of being a woman? So this is a basic question because we feel many times we are proud that we are men. So I do not know how many women feel about being woman. I know maybe some situations would be there, but I wanted to know from my side. Thank you.
Yeah. I request all maximum members to respond.
Yeah, exactly.
Regretted for being a woman or a girl, since my childhood. Never, ever. So I as I told you earlier, that I've been brought up in a gender neutral family. Gender equal family. And also that I always go without filters. Anywhere, that I never carried that stereotypical tag called weak. A woman is weak, like that. And then also at the same time, in couple of interviews, job interviews in my past, I've always told that when people were asking me about my strengths, I've always told that one of my largest strengths is I'm a woman. I'm proud of it.
Virinchi, Sindhu actually left the meeting, but she sent her answers for all the rest of the questions to me. If you allow me, I'll read out her answer for this question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. What she said, that what do you love most about being a woman? That was your question. For that, her answer is, women are multitasking powerhouses. Being a woman means embracing both softness and strength. I love that we can be nurturing and fierce, emotional yet rational, vulnerable yet unbreakable. One of my proudest moments was as going out of country to study at 19 with full scholarship. I knew that my English was horrible and I can't properly communicate, but my mother and I believed that I could make it. I stand up for myself or break a stereotype.
Great.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you excuse me, is this multitasking thing very special, unique to women?
Yes.
It appears. So that's really, maybe there is something biological, like maybe it's almost at the level of biological thing, like women are only capable of being multitasking. So
yeah, there I have seen a photograph where a woman will be standing like a goddess.
Yes.
Having multiple hands, arms. Usually our Hindu gods will be having multiple arms. Yeah. So each arm will be carrying something. One from related to kitchen, one from office, one from. So that's actually a wonderful metaphor to explain how beautifully women can handle so many things at a time.
Yes, true.
I would also like to add, I always been proud being women, and in my surrounding in Punjab University, there are a lot of males who are in prominent positions, and I competed with them and I had been successful in whenever I was in competition with my male colleagues, and those moments were proud moments for me. And I always believe if one struggle hard, consistently work hard, remain committed, determined, then she or he can get success. And while passing through my career, I always focused on my work, and I always remained like I thought. I always believe that if one remain focused, one remain determined, he or she can be successful. So I think this is from my side. Thank you.
I'm proud. I remember that when I'm most proud of the women is the one time that we can change the world. Because I remember several years ago, we have in our place, women are not able to inherit their property if they are women. Because there is some law in our country that saying that if you are women, then you cannot inherit your property, even though you bought the property yourself. And so that's why at that time we just joined together, and then all the families have the collective action, and then we just asked the government to change the law, and at the end the law changed, and so women get inherited their property afterwards. So at the time I feel very proud because we can change the world. So this experience is always reminds me, and someday if we can come together, we have the same mission, and then we can join together and collective action together, then we can change something. So that is what I'm proud of.
It's really great.
That's great. That's
really
good. Yeah, that's true. We agree with you. Today morning, we were sharing about one topic, like wherever women representatives, politicians are there, the things are going very softer, rather than a male politician or male mayor or governors. So maybe that's true that women will change. They can change the world. Thank you.
Also some space. That's why I didn't say anything. But it's how Linda said previous. It's so important, and I can understand that we have a dialogue, and maybe we are professional and activist, and we have this terminology, like very nice and professional. But in the same time, I have to admit with you that one of the things that I really love by most about being a woman, and what somehow reflect also some of the idea that I'm proud to be a woman, is that I have a very good connection with other women, and sisterhood and sorority is not like a joke. And I had some particular experience. It's not about my work. It's about me and my family and my friends and the people that I have around me. And it was so amazing that I that look when you have not you, but sometimes you just have some eyes contact with a woman and you understand what was. And this is very linked with the experience of, I don't know, not just being discriminated as a woman. No, it's also be linked somehow because you are a woman. So it was so good, and I have some experience, and I can share with you the fact that I've been to an event. It was about domestic violence in Roma communities, and a particular one. And we were talking about stuff and how we can act and so on. And in the break, elderly Roma woman came to me. I know her from years, but she came to me and said, I don't speak in public, but you, Janes, in Romanes, and because I also speak Romanes, Romanian, and whatever, in Romanes, she mentioned me that she has a very urgent need to support, and it was the need. And I felt that she came to me because I was a woman, and because I can understand her. And it was also about sisterhood, and it's a very so nice comfort to have that. I really like because of my personal experience. And before to stop, I also would like, I don't know, I just feel to share this with you. And I think it's a very good way to express this. In my life, feminism saved me. Information about feminism, information about racism, information about slavery, for example, saved me somehow because I understood what's happening in my life. And because of that, I will be a promoter of women's rights. I will be a promoter of what means history in our life and so long. And it's something that transgenerational, I didn't know. In 2000, in my university, I understand that I'm not a gypsy, I'm a Roma, because Roma means also a word for dignity. So it's impressive that information give me power. And because of that, I'm very proud to be a woman. A Roma woman, but a woman.
You said one wonderful thing, that she came to me because I'm a woman. Being a woman, you can only know the other woman's difficulties, and you can, as a part of feminism. That's great to know. Thank you, Karina.
Thank you very much. I actually wanted to ask a question to Ms. Karina Musanu. Thank you very much for sharing your experience, and I know how difficult it is for you to stand on both the legs, like being on the one hand being a representative of a community which is a very persecuted community in Europe, and at the same time being a woman. My curiosity or my question is that when a community is minority, and that too very persecuted minority, defending the rights of that minority community takes the precedence, and it becomes a very important role of resisting and fighting for the rights of the whole community. While playing that role, do you ever experience the pressure from the others from the same community, your own community, when you are fighting for the women's rights? Because we see similar situations here from the particularly vulnerable communities when they are fighting for their own rights. If any women activists from that community, while sharing the burden, common burden, also want to assert their women's rights, immediately they are shut down, that it is not the time and it will create internal division. So such arguments are flouted. Have you experienced any such thing?
Of course, I think everybody, most of us, maybe not everybody, but most of us, it was like, and I was mentioning earlier about between two culture, because when you are in your community and you go outside and you work with majority and whatever, you are not anymore in your community. And when you are in the majority space, you are not never part of that majority because you are the other. So it is always between two culture. And in special, maybe you also understand, I'm the white sheep of my family. You know, my skin is not so dark. And I also have this language like natural. And I always had some pressure because I wasn't inside the community. I'm the only more the skin is white, more white and so long in my family, and it was a challenge, but I don't want to share this. I want to share very shortly with you the fact that 17 years ago, a lot of years, 70 years ago, I started this initiative, Urban Roma. I share some information with you. I have also a story in English about communist period in Romania. Okay, I was a PhD. I was writing the first position of Roma about forced marriages in Romania, in Roma communities. And because I was launched the discussion 17 years ago, a lot of Roma, men and women, activists, very known in Romania, they told me that maybe I'm not Roma. Maybe I'm not Roma because a Roma do not come in the public with this kind of subjects and to underline somehow the discrimination and whatever. And it was a position very kind. But in the same time, what I would like to share with you, it was that, yes, 70 years ago, I was so frustrated. I was so anxious because my Roma told me, if you talk about women issue, you will not be Roma anymore. So what I did, it was to go home, to take my pictures with my family. We are Roma. Maybe we are not Roma like everybody, but we are Roma. And this is Roma look like urban, because I'm from Bucharest, which is a city. I'm a Roma urban. So I'm not from village or something like that. I don't have any traditional, but you know what? I'm Roma. So I have this museum, online museum, and Talking Story. It's a feminist perspective. I have stories of urban Roma women about how it is to be a Roma woman in Bucharest. And this is a story that came just because it's very complicated to have that feminist, feminist. It's a challenge to be a feminist in Romania, a lot, even more to be a feminist and a Roma. So it's a lot of work there, but it's also so nice to be wonderful because we are open gator. We are a protection of the community as well. Feminist, I always say, feminist is not against men. We are part of the family. Where a woman is good, a man will be good. So we are feminists. It means also to be a good family. What I also would like to share very shortly, and I will stop. For me, it's very important, this conversation with you. Again, I would like, Surata, to thank you to join me here, because I'm a Roma woman from Europe. Most of the Europe and most of the Roma women tend to have like model the Afro-American feminist perspective. I'm not that. I'm a feminist who really appreciate the feminism from India and from Asia. And that's why it's so important for me to be here. Because even if I have a position for forced marriages, I have position being inspiring by you, not from African Americans. So this is also important for me because we have similar challenges and issues and so on. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your forthrightness. Thank you.
And differences do exist among the feminists of various countries, and that you took that inspiration from India and the countries selected. So that's really interesting to know that.
Thank you for that.
Dr. Virinchi, I would like to add one more point.
Yeah,
concluding part. If this session is over, I will continue the next session. Before that, I wanted to say why I feel proud as a woman, because I have a patience. I can take care of everything. I can handle situations. Unless this proudness will stay for a woman, if she is not jealous, if she accepts others' success. So feel proud, show some love and affection towards language no bar, places no bar. Think on the basis of only humanity as a human being, love each other, respect each other, value each other, then you will be always a successful, proud woman. I am a proud woman. Now the session is futuristic session. So my first question is, things you want to see a change in your country or culture that you feel you would change the woman empowerment positively. I repeat, things you want to see a change in your country or culture that you feel you would change the woman empowerment positively. Please.
For this question, what she is saying is it is subjective. Women need to see how we can make men understand that sharing responsibility to run the family and change responsibilities. Life in abroad is much easier to make men understand their need for family, whereas it is hard back in my country as elders say men don't do housekeeping. But it is slightly changing too. Understanding that it takes time is the key. This is what her response is.
We in India treat a girl child as Lakshmi. So I don't know
Yes.
in spirit whether it is true or not, but the moment girl child is born, people consider that a Lakshmi is born, and she is bringing lot of luck into home, and it is very auspicious. But I feel that this feeling has to be there for other girls as well. Unless and until this is not implemented in spirit, violence, well, we cannot stop violence or sexual assaults in our country. So that has to be in spirit with every girl child, not just your child.
What could be your one message that you would like to deliver to the young girls of next generation?
Yeah, what she's saying is don't overthink.
Oh.
Life is beautiful as it is.
Okay.
We need to work on a lot to improve, but try to use the opportunity to overcome problem. Don't panic about any challenges, extreme feminists. Trust yourself and make a move. Change takes time, so be prepared to change little by little. Marriage is not hard as you think. However, just collaborate with others to question if they see injustice.
Today's, there is a lot of awareness among the women and the younger generation. They are very fast enough to move and taking drastic changes and steps. But sometimes they are getting failed because of their fastness.
Yeah, there are always ups and downs.
Repeatedly,
Yes,
what
yes.
I'm seeing in Sindhu's answers is patience. It takes
Yeah.
time.
Yes, yes.
She is asking everyone to be patient till the change comes.
Time
Okay.
is the healer. Yeah.
How to navigate life after marriage, especially with a man, and what they would like to see in a man. And I would like to hear that one from different perspective, from Hong Kong, from Romania, from Pakistan and India. And by the way, what would they like to see when they get married to a man? What they would like to see, what qualities they would like to see in a man?
Just allow us to be ourselves, sir.
Yes, this is the most important point.
I'm very happy divorced. I feel like like a thing because it was a challenge. It was a challenge to stay in a couple where it wasn't what I needed or whatever. And I'm sharing this because I wanted to share two things. I personally need a man, a partner. I need a partner who understands to count on. I don't know. I don't. It's not about how the looks or whatever. I just feel that by the age, I have more than 40, so because of that, I just want a person to count on. And it's when you divorce someone, for example, in the juridical way, ask you if how it's in English. I don't remember, but what I would like to share is it is relevant to have similar approaches, and that's it. And one of the things that I wanted to share because of that and because of our discussion is this. It was very important question for me if I want to marry a Roma person or a majority one. And I was thinking that doesn't matter. It's important to be like that and like that. And it was a thing. When I had with my current husband, when I have the first meeting, I didn't know that he's a Roma. And when I find out, it was the click. And, he make a joke and we understand and laugh each other. It's something there. When we start, he mentioned me that he was telling me that the mother of his mother is Roma too, just to be sure that I will not discriminate him or I will not shame on him or something like that. So what I'm sharing with you is also sometimes I need a person like me.
Yeah.
So for me, it was relevant. That's a Roma, Sometimes you need to feel comfortable somehow.
True.
It's not so much important. It's just my case. I thought that is not relevant, but it was.
No, Pina, I think you're very true. You came very close to assessing people
Dr. Marcianu,
Yeah.
Am I saying it correctly, Dr. Marsanu? Trina?
Yeah.
I just want to say that like you gave a very good answer. That's a connection that you need. Even for the man's side, you need that connection. That's when I made a connection with a woman who's from Ukraine. I went there to marry her. And, I know a lot about Roma people too. My wife is Ukrainian, but she's not Roma. Actually, her sister looks like a Roma. It is funny that like everybody in the city thinks that how could they be sisters, because one looks like Roma, one looks like, white.
Yeah,
blonde.
I understand. I understand you. In the same time, because also we are this with the feminist perspective and the experience that we have on this. I also would like to share with you that is not a discussion. I'm very on the position, and I'm a feminist, and I strongly support women's rights and so on. But at the same time, I would like to have a man, a man who is a man. And it's not about provider or something like that, but it's so nice. Come on, it's so nice to go to the haircut and to have the money from my husband. It's wonderful. I am a feminist.
Yeah.
I am a feminist, but in the same time, it's so nice to have this support because it's reality. In the same time, I understand in the perfect in a perfect world, we're supposed to have both money, both to make clean or something like that. But there is this respect that we have each other for the pleasure and so long and whatever. But in the same time, oh my God, it's so nice to have a man with you and to feel comfortable and to have that protection as a woman. It's wonderful. And this is not a discussion all the time that I can do. But I have to admit, I have the feminist perspective, but in the same time, I have a community, and I adapt to my family, to my people that I have around me. So this is also important.
As Vijaya said, and you said, in one word, if I have to summarize it, you wanted to have a partner, whether it's a man or a woman, both of them. I wanted to have a partner in my life, a woman, and probably you wanted to have a partner in life who's a man. That's how I look at it. And I want the new generations to think about that rather than anything else. A partner, equal partner. That would be a wonderful change in humanity. And by the way, my mother's genetics tell me that, like, when we analyzed, she came from Danube River Delta. Her genetics came from Danube River Delta in Romania, and their for her ancestors. And then she moved to India 28,000 years ago.
I'm not sure whether I'm so high. I want to be I want to have a husband who is a feminist too.
Hey, oh, wonderful.
And
wonderful. Yeah.
and I know may be difficult, but I hope that using my passion as a feminist and my vision, I can make him feel touched and change him, and he can also be involved in the feminist movement one day.
That's great.
That's my wish. But I think it's difficult because of our culture. We need to change someone, but I'm not so selfish. I don't want to change him, but I just want to make him understand the women's are still unequal, and men can make some effort to change as well. And so this is my wish. Yeah, and also if we have daughters, we have sons, we have children, I also want them to be a feminist as well.
Thank you.
But a very good point, Linda. It's also linked with the mention that you have. It's not easy to have a good partner when you have this activist perspective. When you are a feminist, of course you want a feminist, or maybe a person who understands your feminism or the rights of women. So being an activist is also a challenge. It's a challenge in your family. If you talk different subject, you have a different position maybe than your family, and also in a couple, it's also this fighting. And sometimes I'm so glad for this communication that we have, because time to time you need to have a conversation with people like you, because it's funny, but it's not easy sometimes, or maybe it's not funny and so long.
Yeah, but actually we have the hope. we have to
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
one day
Thank
that they will be the feminists.
As Linda said, if every man becomes a feminist, there need not be any feminist further.
Whether he is a feminist or not, one should be with her in her success and when she is in very need of a low position also. Supporting her is very important.
Yeah. I would like to add, Rishi, if all the men are feminists, the world problems are solved. Take my word for it.
Exactly.
This is our hope, right?
So no need
Okay.
of feminist anywhere. That's an ideal world which we call heaven.
Can we move on to last question,
Yeah,
please?
please. Yes, please.
What could be one message you want to deliver to the world and especially to the men that you feel it's very important for women?
I think Linda has given that. Every man to be a feminist. That's it.
It's a clear message, clear and loud.
That's clear and loud message. That's true.
So we are all waiting for from you to
Can I
listen.
add a word, sir?
Yeah, please.
I'm Savitri Ramana Rao. Shall I?
Yeah, please, please.
Yes,
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
In
Savitri.
one sentence, I say whether it is a man or woman, more than intelligent quotient, IQ, one needs EQ, emotional quotient. If we make people sensitive to these emotional aspects of fellow human beings around us, we will be able to develop strong bonds in society, in the family also. Because you may be very rich, you may be highly intelligent and all that, but as a human being, you will have some emotional needs. If these emotions, besides your basic needs and materialistic aspects and all that, once emotional needs are also met with, then the family as well as the society will be a better place to live. These emotional aspects, they play a crucial role, which are very vital for the well-being of the family as well as the kids, their offspring. Unless otherwise there is an understanding between the couple, the children will not grow in a congenial atmosphere, and once their emotional needs are not met with, the children, they come out in the society, they will pose a serious threat to the society. That's how the fabric of society also gets ruptured. So whether you are a feminist or whether you are a humanist or whatever it is, whether you are a man or woman, yes, you have to share responsibilities. Men should be more sensitive to the emotional needs of their wives and children. That angle, they have to look, they must develop deeper insights into those aspects, because a woman who does work at home, who goes for, working outside to support the family economically, who, looks after the children, will be stressed to a large extent. And she needs not only physical help, she needs emotional help also.
Thank you so much. Really, this session, Voices Across Borders. So we heard so many opinions, whatever they in their countries they are practicing. So they told very nicely. They shared their experiences and their perspectives also. This is very good. So I thank mainly to Kiran and Linda and Krina. They told everything about their countries and whatever happening regarding laws and regarding men's attitudes, everything. So we have to hear more from that countries. So our wonderful guests, they spoke very nicely. Dr. Kiran told us about Pakistan that is equal to India. We are facing that's a type of discrimination in the male-dominated society and discrimination in families, everything all over world. So my opinion is in globe, entire world is facing the patriarchy. You have to fight with patriarchy. If Linda told about about their country's issues, Pakistan issues, and mainly Romania or other countries. So same, the women issues are same. Women are facing these issues largely. So regarding acts, so we are having so many acts. before this, I want to introduce myself. I have not introduced myself. My name is Satyavati Kondaviti. I am from Bhumika Women's Collective. I found Bhumika Women's Collective in 1993. Since 30 years, I am into this work. So I run a magazine for women. It's a feminist magazine, Bhumika. It is also coming since 30 years. We discuss only women issues regarding their daily lives, crisis, everything. Now, it is a feminist magazine, and we never accept any donations or any advertisements from any other institutions. So we run a helpline for women in distress. First of its kind in undivided Andhra Pradesh. In 2006, we started this helpline. Now it's it's a national. Initially, it was only limited to Andhra and Telangana. Now, anybody can call from anywhere from India. So we work with government departments. We work with the police system. Whoever is responsible to support women means this Women and Child Development Department, police, legal, and judiciary. So we work very closely with these departments to support women. So our main focus is gender-based violence. Whatever you spoke now, domestic violence, public violence, workplace harassment, everything. We are having every law in India. For every violence issues, there is a law. There is a she teams to address public violence also. But now this domestic violence is increasing. Main issue is implementation of the laws and getting justice from legal systems. This is the main issue we are facing in India. And this is we are celebrating Women's Day, International Women's Day. I never tell about it's a celebration. It's a we have to fight for whatever remained rights. Now we are implementation is very poor. We have to fight for the proper implementation of the laws to get this justice. So we have to. This celebration is to aware women about their rights, about their whatever they are having now, their rights. So we have to remember those rights now, and we have to fight for the implementation of the rights. So thank you very much for Essence Group also for organizing such a wonderful global event. It's a global event. So many countries we came to know their issues, their aspirations, everything. So my thinking about this International Women's Day is all over we have to fight for our rights, girls. So one more thing is we have to work with men. So all these years we left women back. So we empowered women. We organized trainings to women. We are making them aware of their rights. But now it is time to work with men. We have to work with men, and now we came to know that men are also facing so many issues. Some emotional issues, some legal issues, so many because of this gender system in our families. They are also suffering. So we have to fight for this equal families, democratic families, fight for all persons' rights, men, women, girls, boys. This is the message I want to give all the women and men for this Women Day celebrations issue. So our prime in decision will be work with men and boys who are yeah. సో తెలుగు వాళ్ళ కోసం చెప్పాలి అంటే మనం ఈరోజు చాలా విషయాల గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాము, చాలా విషయాల గురించి చర్చలు చేస్తున్నాము. బట్ ఎందుకు ఫ్యామిలీలో ఇష్యూస్ అవుతున్నాయి? చాలా వైలెన్స్ పెరిగింది. వైలెన్స్ ఈజ్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్ లైక్ ఎనీథింగ్. దే ఆర్ కటింగ్ ఇన్ టు బాడీస్, కటింగ్ ఇన్ టు పీసెస్, కుకింగ్ ఇన్ ద కుక్కర్స్, throwing out, giving to pigs. What is this? We are humans. What is happening to our psyche? What is happening to our thinking? So this much of cruelty is very dangerous for women to come out, to spell out their aspirations, their thinking. How can they fight for their rights? If they open their mouth for their right, they are beating. They are so much violence is happening in now in homes. So we have to address all these issues all over world facing this violence issues. So our fight will be on violence, gender-based violence, because of women, because of by birth she is a woman. She is facing so many violence issues by birth, and up to in womb also she is facing. Some act is there, PCP and it, but it is not implementing. Every minute one girl child is murdered in the womb of mother. This is also happening. So we have to learn all these issues. We must fight for this all these causes. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Finally, I would like to give my thanks to everyone who have joined here, taking their time and giving their time to share with us, especially Rina and Linda, and I think Dr. Kiran from Pakistan. Actually, I think she might have left. Even adjusting their time in their busy schedules, coming here and to give some insights to us. It's a great meeting actually. So Essence Group extends such kind of hand to all of you. Anytime, again, we may call you. Like any future, our future sessions also will be. We will be very happy if you again come and join us. Essence Group usually it conducts weekly sessions on various topics. As earlier said, Devi said, like on philosophy, sociology, education, and science. These are our areas of exploration. So it will be conducting on and off every week. Every week we'll be conducting some program on Zoom session. So our links will be given with the help of Sujata Garu, Bharti Garu, to you also. So we'll be very much happy if the global, what we feel is like Essence Group, what we feel is a global opportunity for all us to utilize the this kind of latest technology like Zoom and social media to get connected, to understand, to extend, to or expand our horizons. So I think this is the way we feel to very happy to get connected to you. So I hope you too extend your hands to us so that we keep on sharing the knowledge, keep on sharing the information, and our experiences, happinesses, like our struggles, our challenges, everything. So then we'll become a global man. In our Telugu, there is a wonderful poet called Joshua, who dreamed of having a universal man, which we call Vishwanaru. So a man of universal appeal. He himself becomes a universal man. So there is by overcoming all the cross-cultural differences, country differences, racial issues. All so a man, every person, a human being should become a person of humanity or a global person. So universal person. So that's our idea to conduct such kind of talks over here. So we appreciate more people to join, more people from various countries to join. So I'm very much thankful to you. And at the end of the session, I would like to ask only one or two, say, because we feel very important to talk Dr. Bulsu and Bhargava. So I ask them to have one word final. So that will conclude it.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. I mean, it's just an extension, Rishi, whatever you said. Yeah, it's so nice. I mean, to see so many people coming, I mean, we just hardly prepared for this, but many thanks to Bharti Garu and Sujata Garu for spontaneously responding and then arranging their friends to come in, participate. It's really wonderful gesture from them, and all the preparations that were made by Devi, and a lot of homework she did, and of course you are the backbone of everything. So yeah, it's so nice. I mean, it's really coming into we are exchanging ideas, we're talking with each other, and then we're learning from each other. And now we got Dr. Kiran, an expert in Pakistan history, so we can call her for a Zoom session and have a talk with her. Yeah. So I mean, we are expanding our horizons, and then now we are truly becoming international. So I'm glad that we became truly international with Women's Day celebration.
Yeah,
Of course,
exactly.
we had a few other international persons talking about philosophy, but it was like a speaker coming and speaking to us. But this is the real true international event we did, and that was on women's issue. So I'm very glad about it, and that it went smoothly and well. So thanks to everyone, and congratulations to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anu. As Linda said, women will change. Women can change the world. So maybe this is the day we try to change ourselves. Yeah, Bhargava sir, please.
And it's a very wonderful experience to be with all of you. And thanks to the Organizers of Essence Group for organizing such a diverse program. And especially I'm thankful to sisters and friends who attended from different parts of the world and also sharing their viewpoints and experiences with all of us. And it's an ongoing journey and it's an ongoing conversation. And we need to dig deep and we need to share our thoughts and we need to hold our hands strongly together to change this society, this world. And it's a long journey, but we are very few, but nonetheless, we have to stand very strongly and stand very united. All the best to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.